Hey crafty friends, welcome back to the channel, and if this is your first time stopping by, welcome. My name is Catrice and I appreciate you clicking on that thumbnail and checking out the channel. So we have, as you can see from the picture, we have a lot to do today, so let's just go ahead and dive right in. I'm going to reposition the camera so you guys can get a good view of my craft table, and we are going to get started. Okay friends, we are at the craft table. And the first project we're going to do is a mug that I've got, and I want to put just a little quote on here on that side. So I'm going to get it positioned in the little, I'm using this little cup cradle so that I can steady the vinyl. And the vinyl choices that I'm going to use are 3 different shades of pink. So I'm going to try and do like an ombre effect or something similar to that. So the quote that I'm putting on here, it just says faith over fear. And I am going to go ahead and spray this down with some alcohol. Just using some little alcohol. And wipe that down. And then I'm going to let this sit to the side while I go ahead and load the Cricut machine up, get my mat loaded for the vinyl. Alright, so I'm going to put this over here. I am going to use my extra long Cricut mat because my other one, for some reason, I don't know what is going on, but it is extremely sticky. And it has been almost tearing up the vinyl as I take it off, so I don't know what's going on with that, but we're just going to go with this long one, and hopefully it's sticky enough. So I'm going to load this in real quickly, and I'm going to print this it's going to be 3 different prints because the vinyl is 3 different colors. So I have my laptop over here with Design Space open, and I'm just going to go in here and get it set up so it can go ahead and print. Get that started. And while that's printing, I'll get these other 2 ready. Okay, so that was a quick little print. Let's pull this out, and we're going to put this to the side. Yep, it did pretty good. All right, so we're going to put this to the side and get the other one ready. That's ready to go on the mat. Okay, so the last word just finished, which is fear. And now I can go ahead and weed. I'm going to leave the Cricut sitting here for a little while because I have a few more vinyl projects to do tonight. So let's bring this back into camera. And let's go ahead. So I've already got this wiped down with alcohol. So now we're just going to go ahead and weed. And let me turn you all down a little more so you can see. There we go. All right, I think that's better. Okay, so let's pull this up and see what we have. And this is, what am I using? The Paper Studio vinyl that I picked up from Hobby Lobby. Can't remember when, but this is where I got. That's where I got it from. The Paper Studio vinyl, and it's pretty good. I enjoy using it. And just because I said that, now it wants to be a little stinker. Okay. So let me get some scissors and cut this little piece from the bottom. Okay, so we have faith, and I'm going to weed out this little portion in the A, which is right there. Okay. Okay, so I have this all ready. I'm going to set it to the side. And let's trim this down before I start weeding it. I was trying to do something sort of like a pink ombre, but I really didn't have a lot of different shades of pink. I think I've pretty much used up my pink vinyl. I need to go shopping and get some more different shades, but this will get the job done for what I'm trying to do. Okay, so here's the word fear. Get that there, put that there. And then this is the word over. And this vinyl here is Oracle. So I'm gonna pull that up. And this is weeding rather nicely. Okay. All right, so let me just take this little section in the O out. Oops. And then we will be ready to see how this looks on the mug. And we're going to do a few more vinyl projects this evening. And then I will, we're going to break out the heat press because one of the vinyl projects is I need the heat press for. And I really hope that one turns out okay. Okay, so got the word over. All right, so we've got Faith Over Fear going right there. This is the Paper Studio vinyl, and this is the Oracle, and this is Teckwrap. Yep, that's the Teckwrap brand of vinyl. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get out I'm going to trim this down just a little. Get my my little favorite transfer tape. And we will get this all situated in a second. Pull that down some more. All right, so now let's get the first word on. And I'm going to try and get it as straight as I can. I did this on the other video. I always come over here without my little squeegee. So let me run over here and get that real quick. I'm going to have to make myself a mental note to keep this by my craft table. And I don't know why I have it all the way over there on the cutting table. But I think I did that the other night when I was in here crafting. All right, so let's get this off. And we are here. Whoops. Don't want to get it stuck on the wrong place. All right. So okay, so vinyl is not food safe. So anytime you're doing a vinyl project on something that you're going to be drinking, you want to make sure you leave enough space for your so that your lips don't touch the vinyl. And then this is for me, just for me, so I know how far down I need to go. Let's get this like that. Okay. I think that's going to be pretty good. And let's get it, pull it up. Perfect. And I never have any problems with any of the vinyl brands that I use with it not holding up over time. I know some people say don't put it in the dishwasher, but I do, and I've never had a problem with it. So just to let you know. All right, so I'm gonna put, I think I got that a smidgenly crooked, but it's okay. It is going to be perfectly okay. All right, so put that there. All right, and then the last word is fear. So I'm going to get this down. And I think I'm liking how this pink turned out. So I'm gonna get this lined up over here. Okay. All right, so I think I got, yep, I definitely got the word Faith Cricut, but it is going to be just fine. It's not as straight as it should be, but that looks perfectly fine. So that is the first project, Faith Over Fear. So I'm going to set this to the side and put my transfer tape back on the little tape thingy. Okay, so the next project is going to be another vinyl project as well. And I am going to straighten up this area and then be right back. Okay, friends, so we are back with the next craft, which is going to be, I have this glass jar that I've had in my craft room for a while, and I want to put some vinyl on it because I'm going to use it to just store my threads from when I'm sewing. So I'm going to use my little cradle here. And we're going to do this color here because it kind of matches the color of the lid a little bit. So let me get my alcohol out so I can wipe the round part of the glass. And since this doesn't have a handle or anything, and there's no front, no back, so it doesn't really matter where I place the vinyl. So let's go ahead and get this out real quickly. And then we have a few more crafts to do for tonight. Oh, I think I forgot to show you guys I forgot to show you the quote, but it just says Sewing Diva, and it has a safety pin at the top, which you will see in just a second. And let me bring this down a little bit. And let's see if I can get this. I'm going to put the S is the largest letter, so I'm going to get it down first. Oops. There we go. Got that nice and straight. So now I'm just going to varnish it a little bit. I thought this was cute, so I said, let me just put this on here. Kind of decorate the glass jar up just a little bit. And I think I'm just going to keep my extra when I'm sewing, and you know how you clip off those little extra pieces of thread. I think I just store them in this. Oops, sorry for all that noise. Okay. Let's get that straightened out. I see a little piece that tried to lift, so I'm going to go in and do a little bit of surgery to get this spread out evenly. And go just around like that. This is some really pretty vinyl. I think it'll look nice on something that's maybe like a darker background. I don't know if you can see or not. Let's put that in there. But that is that, and it just says Sewing Diva, like that. So I thought that was cute, and it definitely matches the little lid. So this is just one of those little screw-on jars. I think I got this years ago out of Hobby Lobby. Well, not years ago, but maybe about 2 or 3. So that is that. So I'll sit this over here. And now we are going to move along to the next craft, which is going to be, I think I'm going to save the heat press craft for last. since I have to get the heat press machine turned on, and it's going to make it a little warm in here. So this is the next little piece of wood thing that I found at, where did I get this? Dollar Tree. Yeah, it was in Dollar Tree. So I think they came in a pack of 3, or maybe I just bought 3 of them. But this is going to be a piece of craft room decor, and it's going to hang like that. So I'll get that straight. I got it all washed down. And now I'm going to put the, let me get over here so y'all can see. I got to remember to stay in frame. All right, so this is an SVG file that I got off of Creative Fabrica. And I got the other one, I don't know if I mentioned it or not, but I got it off of Creative Fabrica as well. I had to check to make sure my mic was on because sometimes I forget to turn it back on. Okay, so this says just keep going. And that is that. There's no font information because this is a SVG file. So we're going to put this down like that. Get that all burnished down. Oops, oops. So I like that. I think I'm going to decorate the side of this. I'm thinking. So this is how that looks like that. I have these little flower things. I've had them for a while and not really sure where I got these from. But you know what? It had to have been in a pack at Hobby Lobby. So let me get my glue that I was using last night. So let's see. Get this out and get my little tweezer files. Well, I can't. Oh, here they are. And what I have in mind is taking this and just kind of gluing a few of these down like so. Some of them are glitter and then some is plain. So I'm thinking about, let me turn this around so y'all can see. I'm thinking about doing something like that. Maybe put one more there. Yeah, I'm thinking just kind of zhuzh it up a little bit. So, I don't know. Do I want to leave it plain? You know what? I think, see, this is what I overthink. This is where my brain starts overthinking, and then I get carried away and be here all night over some little pink flowers. Oh, you know what? I think I'm going to do that. Yeah. What you guys think? Okay. You know what? Sometimes less is more. So we're just going to leave it plain and maybe put, oh, that's what we'll do. We'll put a ribbon right here. So when I get ready to hang it, I just have a pink ribbon. That's what I do. All right, so we're going to leave this like that. SVG that says just keep going. And then this last project is a, I don't know if Cricut still sell these, but a while back they had these little wine bags that you put a bottle of wine in and goes like that. They had those. I have not been on their site in a while now, but that's where I got this bag from. And I am going to go ahead and turn on my heat press and get it all ready to go. So the particular vinyl that I'm using is going to be heated at 305 degrees for 15 seconds. And this is the Siser brand of HTV. So this is what I have. I have a wine glass, and it's going to go on like that. And then this is the inner piece that's supposed to be, you know, the glass of wine. So it's going to go like that. And I thought that was so cute. And let me go ahead and just sort of give this a press real quick to get some of the moisture out for about 2 seconds. And then in a little while, the press will be heated up and ready to go. And then we will do that, and I think that we are on, well, we're almost finished. So got that like that. Let me get my heat tape, and this is the Cricut brand of tape that I use, and you can use any brand of tape. And this file is also from Fabrica. So I like their website because you can find a lot of different cute little SVGs to use in your projects, and I pretty much stumbled on them a couple of years ago, and whenever I want to go and get something cute, I will go to that website. And I don't know why I always use heat press tape on HTV vinyl, because you really don't need it, because the top layer sticks to the fabric pretty well. So we're going to let that sit and while we wait for the heat press to reach the temp that it's supposed to be. So what I'm going to do is press this first and then come back and press the liquid portion of the file. And both of these are the Siser brand of HTV. So we will wait for the heat press. Okay, so the press just beeped, so it is ready for me to go ahead and get this all pressed down. And I also went ahead and plugged in the mini press just in case some areas don't press well. So I've got the little mini to kind of be my backup. Okay, so we got it there, and this is a cool peel. So we're gonna kind of let it cool down a little bit. I'm gonna put it on my craft table because it's kind of cool, and it'll help bring out some of that heat. And hopefully I don't need the mini press, but we will see if everything stayed down. I think I'm going to give it one. Oh yeah, that's perfect from this part. But right in here, this little top section, the top of the glass, needs to have a little bit of additional heat. It looks like it may not have made good contact with the press. So we will put it back under for a few seconds. Okay, let's see how that goes. And I'm thinking the machine, by it coming down, it may have been coming in contact with that band, and it probably didn't reach it on the first press. So we'll see how this one do. And let's start from the bottom. Perfect. All right. Ooh, that's going to be so cute. So that's that. All right, so now the fun part, we get to put what would be the liquid in it. So try to get this lined up even. Like all right. Okay. And I'm going to just go ahead and cover this part up as well so that it doesn't overpress it. So all right, we're going back to the press machine. Okay, let's get this cooled down. And okay, let's see what we've got. that was the top layer. And now for the liquid part. Oh, that is so cute. Alright, so that's how that turned out. That is adorable. I like that. Yep, that's going to be cute. I'm giving this as a gift, putting a bottle of wine in here and giving it as a gift to a friend. So that's really pretty. I like that. All right. So I think, let me cut this press off. I do believe that that is all we have for tonight. So let's bring everything back in. So we started out with the mug, even though the, let me pull this light over a little bit, even though we got a little wonky on the top part, but it's still cute. It's faith over fear. And then we've got the sign that I almost overthought, but I'm going to get some ribbon and put it on the top. And then we have my little notions holder. And my favorite of tonight, which is the wine glass. So let me know what you guys think about everything that we made tonight. Hey friends, as I was editing this video, I realized that I lost my last bit of the clip where I was signing off. But I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching the video, and I hope you all made it to the end. And if you can, please give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. And if you're not a subscriber already, please don't forget to go ahead and subscribe. And I will see you all in the next video.